95% of the gangbangers don't really want to kill each other, especially the older ones. Even the young ones, they don't really want to kill each other. I'm gonna ask your audience right now, by a show of hands, who all want to take a bullet to the head? Who all want to life sentence?
Show a comment.
By show of comments, I say by show of hands.
You got somebody right now in their living room going,
by show of comments,
emoji up.
who want a bullet in their head? Who want a life sentence? Who want 10, 20 years? Don't nobody want to do that, man, because guess what? When you get that time, them cell phones and stuff, all this stuff we're using and dealing with, it's gonna be hard to get that stuff in prison, man. They got a little bit of it, but who the hell want to be confined? You got to put your phone up every time the officer come up.
Taking showers with everybody.
I like to eat in the middle of the night. I like to get with women whenever I want to. I like to fuck. I like to do all that. Hey, excuse the language. I don't know if it's kids out there. I like to turn the fuck up. And I guarantee you, man, San Quentin cells, they ain't but this big, man. This wide. You know what I'm saying? And your cell, you got to be in there with you, taking a shit. Who want to take a shit in the cell with me?
This little spirit.
Small as this shit right here. Here, the motherfucker fart.
You see flood.
Come on, man. The police come take you out.
Ear to the wall in like 4 spots.
Right, you get an unlock every hour.
So we got Nyerere Jase. To your right, we got Baby Pook. We got Action Jackson in the Laker jersey. And we got my man Kato. Nyerere Jase, thank you for coming today and bringing your crew, man.
Thank you for having us, man. We appreciate the opportunity.
You've lived a lot of life, bro. You've done a lot of time. You were down in the feds, down in the state. You grew up on the east side of LA, the dirty east side.
That's right. Yes, sir. East side, South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah, man. Tell us about your childhood a little bit, Nyerere, coming up in the game, man.
Well, like I was mentioned, born and raised South Central Los Angeles, right on 52nd and Avalon. Ever since I was 1 year old, I moved over there. I was actually born in Imperial Court Projects in Watts. We went from there to 52nd and Avalon, and ever since then, we stayed there for about 35, 40 years. And then, you know, eventually I became grown and went my separate direction, but we stayed there for quite a many years. And during that process, you know, I met a lot of people over there, and here you have it. The stories came within that.
And the stories you are referring to is Gangsta Jake, which is a book series that you created, and it's now being developed in a television show.
I'm just a guy who wrote some books, done a couple prison terms, and decided that I see enough vision to where I feel that it could be, or should be, available for everybody to see. Not just internet, but television and all type of channels.
Right, right. And you know, you mentioned prison term. You were robbing banks, right?
Yeah, at some point, I've robbed a few banks.
One such particular case is when you robbed a B of A.
Bank of America, right?
Bank of America.
Right, I'm familiar with the acronym. Right.
You ended up getting a 14-year sentence for that in the feds.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You would have got away with that, wouldn't you have?
Man, I almost got away, man. I went to trial, actually. Had one of my homeboys crawl on the witness stand, man, got up there and snitched me out, pretty much.
That's a shame.
The trial lasted for 5 days. No, actually, it lasted for 9 days. It lasted 9 days total, but they deliberated for like 4 days, man, but the actual trial was for 5. They really wanted to let me go, man. They really, really wanted to let me go. And what's so crazy about the situation is the police that was there, they're the police that lied on me, right? That claimed that he seen us rob the bank. He said he followed us from the bank robbery. He seen us change cars on the freeway, because that's how we would do. We would leave the cars on the freeway, and we was, you know, the getaway car, leave the car on the freeway and just keep it going. What happened was, as I mentioned, he was straight up lying. He was fabricating the story. And as time went on, when my homeboy decided to flip and snitch, they like, wait a minute, we got this lie over here, and we got this dude over here, you know, saying what happened. And they decided to use both of them. One of them had me as a passenger, the other one had me as a driver. You know, so it was just like, it was a bunch of, that's why I went to trial too. I was like, wait a minute, hold up, man. There's too many gaps in this case. They didn't have no no fingerprints, nothing, no identification on me. We was masked up. I mean, this been years ago. Disclaimer, y'all. Y'all can go try to tell them these bank robberies, whatever you want to. It's over with. I've done my time. They didn't really have me, man. If it wasn't for the dude getting on the stand, I would have got straight scot-free.
Once you rob one bank, you want to do more, right? Is that how it works?
It's like addiction, man. You know,
It's addicting, huh?
get the money. Next thing you know, you're spending money the way you want to spend it.
That fast money, you blow it fast too, right?
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
You know the story.
What were you blowing the money on?
Man, everything from, just cars, gambling, females, just drinking, smoking,
Minor thing.
minor bullshit. Nothing that's
Essential.
bullshit. Nothing that really lasted for, a lifetime. That
Yeah.
I was young too, man. I will say I was young. I was in my 20s, 19s and stuff. I was a youngster. We talking about 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, 30-something years ago. So, I was just moving fast, doing things, As being an older dude now, sometimes we do things as young people and think we know what the hell we're doing and we ain't doing it right. That's a whole nother story.
Would you say you have an addictive personality?
I could say that because I'm addicted to getting this film done. I'm addicted to getting this completed and in a timely process and so forth. It's good. Right. Addiction and consistency is they go together. So yeah.
You could apply that addiction to a positive thing, right?
Yeah. I've always been addicted to getting millions of dollars. I ain't gonna lie. It was just the wrong way. We just went about robbing banks, breaking the housing, doing all this different nefarious type of stuff. But
speaking of breaking in housing, you got your state case through a home invasion, right?
Yeah, I got a home invasion in Orange County. I didn't go to trial on that one. I learned from the Fed. I said, hold up, man, I'm not finna play with these people. Because in reality, they were trying to three-strike me during the time. But I really wasn't a three-striker. One thing about Orange County, one thing about their system, just the system period, they're gonna put all they can put at you in whatever stick that you can't get off of you, that's what they're gonna rock with. And they try to give me 5 strikes, which they couldn't do because of my bank robbery. It included 3 felonies, which was a robbery, gun, and also conspiracy. Those are 3 different felonies. And then when I came with the bank robbery, the burglary, that was a 4th one. And then I don't know, they found another one somewhere, so that was 5. So my thing is, if you have 3 felonies coming out of one particular crime, it can't happen because they're part of one common scheme. So they couldn't do that. So I fought it, and ended up, I actually fought my case by myself when I was in the state. I went pro per, fought it until, I ducked out in the end though. When it came to the negotiation and stuff, I just had to see what the hell they had. Because most people get caught up and twisted up in the system because they don't even really know these charges that they really got on us. We don't even know the evidence, the exculpatory stuff that can help us, the stuff that they, be holding back. A lot of times they hold back stuff and, I just want to take a peek at it before I really jump out there.
It's funny you say that because recently Big U got caught up in a conspiracy, RICO, and he's representing them per se or pro per, as they say.
Big U pro se right now?
Yeah. And a lot of people think the strategy is so he could flush out who's telling on him. And
wow, I didn't hear that, but it could be true because I damn sure did it.
Yeah.
Even though, I knew it was telling on me at the time, but when I was in the state, I didn't have nobody snitching over there. My crime, he's actually about to get out of jail. Shout out to my homeboy Papa G's on his way up out of there in a minute. This crime happened in 2010. So my boy been down for a long time. And the reason he got so much time is because he had 2 additional burglaries opposed to me. And, they tried to 3-strike it. They really kind of tried to 3-strike him as well, but they weren't able to do it. But in the state, they enhanced the hell out, people. So
you mentioned there's a lot of racism in the judicial system.
True.
Where you've seen people of other ethnicities get lesser sentences for the same thing that
all the time.
A guy that looks like you might get, right?
All the time, especially in the feds. I was in the feds some years back, and they had a lot of different things about the crack epidemic, the disparity, 101 cocaine hard versus powder cocaine. Cocaine is cocaine. How you gonna say there's a different, the baking soda, it don't make that much difference, in other words, but they know most, white people was going to jail for powder. Most black people was going to jail for crack cocaine, blacks and Mexicans, so they was giving out them 30, 40 life sentences for sometimes $20 rocks because of the criminal history. And where other races wasn't getting it. So it was like, it was in your face. It was selective prosecution. It was all over, everywhere. Actually, I had a partner named Chris. Damn, I forgot my boy Chris. But he fought a selective prosecution. They was trying to give him 55 years, and he beat it in the feds. I know a few people that won cases in the feds. A lot of times people mention that the feds is tough, and the conviction rate is high, which it is. It's very high, but it's so high because most people take deals. So if 90-some% people are taking deals, of course the conviction rate gonna be high. But those that do go to trial, a lot of people do win in the feds. I've seen 3 people win in the feds, and 2 of them was pro per. Straight up. His name was, I think his name was Seawalk or something like that. I can't remember. He had a bank robbery, picture and everything. I couldn't believe it. When he went, man, everybody thought he was crazy. Like, man, you finna go to trial? Are you serious? Man, this dude, they had a picture with him with the glasses on. He was showing us a thing, like, look, I'm gonna be there. He got to shaving his face up real tough, and we got to clown him. Man, cause we was all up in there together, so it's like all floors knew what was happening with everybody, like who went to trial, when they went to court. So we was like all on it, like what's happening over there, what's happening? We'd be through the vents, hollering out of MDC, Los Angeles, like through the vents, communicating, and so when people went to court and won, we knew our loss. We knew, so it was like, yeah.
You don't see many bank robberies now in a world of ring cams, ring cameras, and all the sophisticated surveillance.
Right.
You don't see that much anymore.
I don't be looking for them, but I imagine we don't, because we don't really see them on the news like that though, like we used to see them. Because I know at one point California was the #1 capital for bank robberies.
100%.
100%.
Banks near the freeways, we're getting hit left and right.
They're so easy to rob. You run up in there, just get the kicking shit over and demanding shit. People get scared and laying down. I mean, shit, give me 4-5 minutes, I'm out of there.
You mentioned when you were doing time in the feds that you guys got in a big old melee with the Paisas, right? It was a riot.
Yeah, we got into a melee with, man, it was deep, man. It was deep. One thing about that joint I was in, it was federal custody, but it was Taft, California, so it was privately ran. So the people that they had running the joint was like old ladies, old men's. They was probably like around 30 of them, 40 of them, the whole crew, day and night. Everything was low budget. It's like, they was like manipulating the system when it came to spending money and stuff like that. So everything went to them that should have been, a lot of things went to them that should have been going to us. Like they was low budget with everything, including security. So, when the big riot jumped off, they just backed up. They fell up out of there, man. We didn't know where the hell they went, you know what I'm saying? And that yard, we probably was around, it had to be like maybe around 700, 800, maybe 600 or 700 blacks compared to like 900 Mexicans, at least 800, 900. It's always
and these were Paisas, right?
Paisas.
And what did it start over? What does a riot like that start over?
Well, this particular riot right here started, my homeboy Woodrow from Fado Broadway, he got into it with one of the dudes over the TV. Up in there, it's like, the TVs are so limited and there's only so many, and I guess this particular time they got into it and he just fired on the dude. He fired on the Mexican dude and, it just kicked the whole building off. And, we looking, like when you be in jail, you can see outside and you can see what shit is happening and stuff, even though it was like in the middle count time or whatever, we seen something was going on. So now everybody waiting on waiting on the yard to open. So, when they open up.
Was it like the movie Braveheart?
You know what? I ain't see Braveheart, man. I ain't lying. Because one thing about Taft, their yard, it's kind of like a new prison. So it's a gang of the yard is like dust. It's like fields, like dust fields. So everybody was out there scrapping and doing all this. So it was like a bunch of smoke in the air. Everybody going crazy. It was just crazy. People getting busted in the head with locks. Nobody really get hurt or killed. Well, some people got hurt, but nobody get killed. But.
And then when you got out of the feds, how long were you home for?
I stayed out like 5 years, man.
5 years?
Like 5 years before
and
I got
when
caught
did you
up.
catch the state case for?
It was a home invasion. Things happen, man. Sometimes things happen, man. Got twisted up, got caught up. My homeboy was he was in the back of the car with me. He jumped out, got away. You know what I'm saying? He got caught later, but he got away. But it was real wild, man. It was a hell of an experience. And then at the end of the chase, when I finally surrendered, I had my hands up in the air and the police behind me, he just shot at me like, pow. What the fuck, man? What the hell going on? The dude just shot at me, man. I'm like, God damn.
With a real bullet or a rubber bullet?
With a real bullet.
Did they hit you?
Nah, what he did, he busted out my back windshield, my side windshield. It's online too. You can check it out if you want to. Busted windshields out, scared the hell out of me. Man, I laid my ass down there. I got some accolade real quick.
Nigga, yeah.
By then, it was probably like, man, 30 police right there,
Dog.
undercovers everywhere, man. It was in the Costco parking lot. They they gaffered me up. News was there, helicopters and all this shit.
And you didn't take that to trial. You just said you took the deal.
Yeah, I wanted to, man. I swear, man. I just wanted to, man, because man, I figured I had a way out, right? Never give up. I wasn't by myself because eventually, even though my homeboy got away, he got caught on the scene. They let him go right there, but later on, based on some shit on Facebook, well, actually it was MySpace. My girlfriend, actually, it's a bush. My girlfriend ended up posting our pictures up online on MySpace, and the police ended up investigating. They looked on there, they seen him, they seen me, they knew we was both from Avalon. They put us together, and you know, they wasn't able to convict, well, they was able to ultimately convict him on that, but that put the pressure on him to be like, you know, man, MySpace, man. We was all,
It's like you said, probably one of the number one first internet crack the base.
because we had my girlfriend actually gave a surprise birthday party for me over here at the time it was called it was on Crenshaw and 39th. It was called something live or something like LA Live. LA Live. Yeah, they gave a surprise party for me, and we was up in there hitting up and all this, you know, throwing sets up, you know, we was doing our thing, and
You didn't know.
man, she didn't know. She was just pumped up, excited. Had put the pictures out there, and then when I got arrested, they went on there and seen them. They was on there. They booked us.
You were the first guy to get it from MySpace.
We tried to fight it. We tried to fight it for a long time. You know, we stayed in the county jail for like you know, a year fighting it, going back and forth.
When you were up in county, were there a lot of Avalons in there, or was it?
Nah, this was Orange County jail. We was
okay.
up. Yeah, it wasn't a bunch of people up in there. It was a bunch of dudes from they had all kind of little gangs in Orange County. They
like Watergate Crips.
Yeah, a bunch of Watergates. But it was all kind of little different sets and stuff up in there, you know. But it was wild. It was crazy.
And then from there you went to CDCR, or did you go to and then San Quentin and then Susan?
But actually, from there I got bailed out. I wiggled my way up out of there. I bailed up out of jail, right, for $150,000. God bless, because remember they tried to 3-strike me, and they wasn't able to 3-strike me. So once it was able to go down, I was able to get a bail. I got out.
So you bailed out and you were able to fight your case outside
on the street. Yeah,
that
I fought it for like 4 years, for a long time too. Man, I was stretching, man.
Who was that guy?
Man, I didn't want to go. I swear. When it came time to it, I was like, dang. That's the hardest thing in the world, to turn yourself in, man. I promise to God.
Were you thinking about just bouncing?
Hell yeah, I was thinking about it over and over, man.
Where were you thinking of going, man? Like Jamaica or something?
Belize, all kind of places, man, where they don't have no expedition and shit. I was doing a little research. I was like, man, my lawyer told me, he was like, man, I would go. Like at this point, I ended up having a lawyer, and it was like, man, I'll run. They was just clowning. Yeah.
Your lawyer told you to run?
And that's the truth. One thing about being a public defender, I'm a jailhouse lawyer, man, they try to discourage the hell out of you, man. Just to let you know, the police, when you first become it and everybody go through it, they'd be like, man, even a judge, man, it's a part of their job. They try to discourage you. They'd be like, because I think they know people gonna win. I think people gonna know more about what's happening. They give you like a 5-minute lecture, man. I think it's called I forget the name of it. A Ferretta hearing. It's called a Ferretta hearing. And during that hearing, the judge determined whether or not you got enough enough sense to take your own trial, you know, and to represent yourself and stuff like that. Right. And during that time, they tell you, like, listen, man. They said, man, you know, you're gonna be like a little guppy in the ocean with a big whole bunch of sharks. He was like, man, he said, I promise you, man. He said, man, if you do it, I promise you, you're gonna lose. The judge told me that. He said, I promise you, if you represent yourself, I promise you're gonna lose. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I'm just telling you. He said, man, you don't have no law degree. He said, these people got law degrees. They've been going to school, this and that. I was like, damn. And then the cool thing about it, as soon as I left about the court, right, the police and everybody else had the same energy. They was like, what, man, you got to be crazy as hell, man. You got to be a fool. What you want, them 20-minute phone calls, they gonna give you them stamps and shit. They're like, man, you about to get life, man. I was like, what? I was like, man, I ain't listening to none of them. I was like, damn, did I do it right? I was like, damn. And then when I got back to the county, they was doing the same thing. It was like, damn. It was like part of their system to discourage people to who have caught cases and represent themselves for some reason, because
it's embarrassing to lose. Why
if
this nigga just hang with us and win?
But it was a different experience though, man. Like,
you gotta win these cases.
When the first day came, it was like, we went to court and it's like, the prosecutor, you know, they like, it's on you, man. Like it ain't no, you know, the judge, I mean, the attorney represent, they like,
yeah, it's on you, what you got?
What are we gonna do with this case, man? I was like, let me go. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Let me go. I said,
Approach the bench.
I probably, hey man, it was.
Is it possible I can leave right now?
It's that cool, man. Hey man, once you start really negotiating and dealing with it, it was like, and me and the dude, we was like cutting them clowning, and you know, it was like, we kind of like built a rapport. Man, the prosecutor, I swear, man, it was no snitches, no shit like that, but it was like, you build a rapport with these dudes after a while because you meeting them back and forth court days, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, and
You're
after a
trying
while,
to negotiate with the
with
prosecutor.
I'm like, look, man.
Itching tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm like, look, man. I'm like, look,
Sandwich.
that was the trip when I said, man, just let me go. He was like, he said, man, I can't do that, man. He said, I can't.
You're like, can you cut off 5?
Hey, man.
Right.
And you know, it's like they don't give us no mercy when it comes to
How much
following
how much time did you do on that case?
I ended up getting 10 years over there.
So you did a 10 piece. Did you do the full 10?
No, I done half.
And that was on level 2 GP.
Yeah, level 2, because a lot of the laws have been changing recently when it comes to the state, California, a lot of milestone programs. You know, I was just extremely blessed though in the feds and the state. Even though I've done 20 years, I feel like I was really blessed compared to people do time and got time and caught time in jail. Some people don't make it out of jail, man.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you don't know you're gonna get out when you go up in there, man. You don't know that your day is gonna actually come. You can have one day and not make it about it. I just seen people get killed in there with, you know, less time than me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it happened.
How was the state time versus the Fed time?
It was different, man. It was like day and night, man. It's like the state is like smooth. It's like a smooth character. You know, everybody's cool. Everybody's more respectable. Everybody, you know, about trying to get some money. You know, everybody's there for white collar crimes, bank robberies, the feds. Yeah, the feds. Everybody there for, you know, scheming, scamming, trying to get ahead. You know, whether it's selling drugs.
White collar.
No one's there for really messing up. It's a real select. It's a small population that's there for drunk driving on the federal property or something. You know, they might have been in Yosemite or something.
Yosemite.
arguing with a postal worker, got into it. Some stupid shit. That rarely happens. Or you might see, every now and then, you might see somebody had a carjacking, because they at one point they came with this federal law where they was getting a lot of them guys for carjacking. They was getting life, and you seen a lot of that. But man, I seen a lot of people over there that had life sentence, 40s, triple life sentences, man, in the Fed. I'm not lying. I was blessed to have my little 14 years.
I remember you told me you were slammed down with some dudes in that Jim Jones cult.
Yeah. It was a few of them guys up in there in Terminal Island, man. A couple of his handlers. Yeah, man, up in there, man. You never, and a lot of them people, you don't know who they be sometimes. They be having some way out characters in there, man. I've been in there with billionaires.
Gambinos.
The Gambinos. Man, I've hung out with big movie producers. Victor Neville. Shout out to you, Victor Neville. That's another big guy in the movie business. You know,
Did any of those cult members offer you any Kool-Aid?
No, I wasn't drinking that.
No Nike Cortez and sweatsuits.
Nah, I could have been pressing some of them dudes, you know, to probably get extra things like packages and stuff, but I wasn't that type of prisoner. I always looked at the long haul of it, like, you know, we can maybe get out and do some business later, like treat you like a,
Yeah, right.
treat you like you got some respect, you know, like you're a human, because that was pretty much the program. That's how the guards was treating us, you know, and the feds, within 24 hours, you have to go see a you have to go see the magistrate. You got to go see the judge. So we went to see the judge. We had nice, big tuna sandwiches. I mean, big potato chips with big sodas. I was like, damn, this ain't no way in the world was gonna be like that in the state courtroom. And it was just like, damn, it was just like cool. I was just like, the cells were real clean. Everything was just like sparkling. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, dang. So yeah, it's just day and night. And then when I come to the state, it was just like different, man. It was just like, you know, everybody tripping me, mugging, you know, it's always going up, stupid shit. You know, we get into it with these race, that race. You know, it's just a bunch of stupid shit, man.
You did a lot of writing in there, right?
Yeah.
And did you write Gangsta Jake in there?
When I first was in the feds, I wrote this one right here. And I wrote it was like a big story. And I utilized it as like, kind of like drugs, man. I busted in half, kind of. I busted in half, and I kind of made this story right here. So, you know, I guess I put a little twist on it. So I kind of wrote both of these in there, but this one I didn't write in jail. This is the second one right here to the Gangsta Jake trilogy.
Gangster Jake is a fictional character,
and
he was a serial rat killer, basically.
that part. He was killing snitches. That was his prey. He was locked up with his homeboys in the penitentiary, San Quentin Penitentiary for years, 12 years to be exact. And then what happened was he actually didn't really do the case that they had him on. They had him for killing a 5-year-old girl in a drive-by shooting. He was totally innocent, and he was actually a jailhouse lawyer. Like a lot of these stories, although they're fiction, I grab a little information here, a little information there to keep, the gears turning while I'm writing.
Fiction based on true life events.
Right, fiction based on true life events.
The names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Guilty, not the innocent. Right, to protect the guilty. That's one of my favorite lines.
Don't.
But I was up in there pretty much bored. I'd done all this time in prison, about 10 years. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and write a book, man, to cap this thing off. So I wrote this one. I busted up, done this one. Well, I didn't really do the whole one. It was a little bit over. I wasn't even gonna finish it, right? But there's a lot of people was asking me, like, man, what's up with the second book? It got to be another part to the way it's wrote, because I left it as a cliffhanger. It got to be another part. It was just sweating me over it, man. Like, man, I was like, man, I'm not even a writer, man. I don't even want to do that. That's something I just did to get out of prison. I just really, just wanted to get through that phase because I got bored. You get bored in jail, man. It's boring as hell. You could be around a gang of people, be lonely as hell, right? So I was just bored, man. And I was like, man, let me do this writing. So one thing led to another. I ended up doing that one by popular demand. They pressed me to do this. I ended up changing the covers just recently, which I'm probably gonna change the covers on this one too and these because I kind of done them quick. I've been doing everything fast because sometimes I'm the type of person, I don't like to wait. I just like to get it over with. Even with this series, sometimes wait broke the bridge, man. You wait too goddamn long, things don't happen. And sometimes
You're an action guy.
I'm an action dude. I like to just do it, man, and see what happens. Let it happen.
Yeah.
Let God manifest what it's gonna be.
The guy doesn't look like me.
Right, that ain't true. Yeah, you wasn't even around when I wrote that book. Yeah.
How did you cast Action Jackson? Did you find him on the side of the street, or was he someone that approached you?
Well, almost. Now, this wonderful gentleman right here brought him to me. I've been knowing this gentleman here for quite a few years. Actually, quite a years.
I'm finna give you a disclaimer.
Let him break it down. Let him break it down, man.
Got out and was working.
Let him break it down.
I was doing telemarketing, stuff like that. Comes a mutual friend of mine introduced me to him.
We telemarketers.
Look, with a Spectrum or
DirecTV, Verizon, some old shit we was doing.
So he had a book. At this time, I was running my life a little differently, but I had a few of the books and I read them and I gave some of the books to some of my partners. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the homie was doing promo for him. So I said to myself indirectly, damn, man, if he was doing a movie on this book, I want to be in that motherfucker. At the time, I'm not acting. I'm not doing nothing that got nothing to do with that.
It read like a movie.
Felt about it after I read it.
Yeah.
All that time later, the second bit later, I run into him and see him on Facebook. Now, I remember him, he had got out, but then I didn't know him. I'm listening to the station. I'm like,
right.
That's what happened to the nigga.
Yeah, I went to jail.
So I see him on Facebook. I'm like, hey,
Prison.
remember me? Woo, woo.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, woo. I act now. I'm doing whoop-de-woo.
Like a
Story short story long, God work. I asked and manifested to be involved in this project. And at that time, I just probably wanted to be a dude at the liquor store or maybe in the drive-by scene or just... Now I'm a main guy named Horsehead that's real instrumental in the whole inspiration of all of this. So I'm honored. So I wanted to tell it my way because he don't even know this opportunity is more organic and more real to me than you think because some I asked for and it happened. So they let me know prayer work.
You manifested.
And we caught wind of you, Kato, through Yuckmouth. When
Yeah,
you were
when I was on Spoke a lot for about 8-9 years.
They're everywhere, man.
Shout out to Simone Taylor. Shout out to Yuck.
Shout out to
Point
Yuck,
Academy.
man.
Rest
Who's been a
in
guest
peace,
on
Layla.
Cinemills TV.
Yeah, that's it. He worked with Jackie Wynn also, man. Gotta give Jackie Wynn a shout out. She helped me with this project last time. Shout out Jackie Wynn.
She put me in her movie.
Shout out Jackie Wynn.
Man.
And Baby Pook, we know him through directing a lot of Tebow's videos, Businessman TV. He's a talent unto himself, very humble guy. And so you've got a great team here, and you're taking all the risk yourself, Nyerere, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You got to just go out and do it.
Just gotta do it, man. Like Nike say, man, just do it.
Just do it.
They gave us the best example in the world. Just do it.
Right. It's that simple, bro. You can listen to all the motivational speakers and everything. You got to just take action.
You gotta do it. And that's a trip. And that's a trip that you said that because I used to listen to all that to them, and they're good to listen to, the motivational speakers.
Who'd you like, Nyerere?
I like Les Brown.
Yeah,
I like what's the other dude?
Les is dope.
What's the other dude?
Tony Robbins.
Who?
Tony Robbins.
He pretty good too. E.T. I like E.T.
Yeah, E.T. is great.
E.T. pumped up. Yeah, shout out to E.T. and them guys, man. But then after a while, I start like thinking like, man, I got this in me already. I don't even need that. I said, I don't even need the motivation because the motivation is already there. I just need to do what's already there. Just let it manifest because it's already there. You know what I'm saying? Because I dream about this every day, every night. So just do it. Like, what are you waiting on? I mean, it ain't like it's $1 million that's needed. Well, even if it was $1 million, I would do it. You know, if somehow I figure it out. But yeah, you just gotta do it, man.
It's funny because Pook and I were talking, and Pook was saying it's a little frustrating getting people motivated that have a lot of talent. You could have all the talent, but if you don't have that passion in your heart, bro,
Right.
you're not doing anything.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere. And
Yeah.
that's why I say shout out to the people that's a part of the project. These people right here, as well as other actors, Michelle, which is Dominique.
Yeah, she was supposed to be here
Yeah, she's
today.
supposed to be here. She has some things going. Shout out to Diamond. Shout out to Vicious Wink, which is my homegirl Monty. You know, it's a lot of good people a part of this. Shout out to Ace Boogie. It's a lot of people a part of this project, man. Jen, a lot of good people that's really dedicated to this project that really know that it's gonna succeed.
There's a market for this content. No one's done real cool gangster films lately. You haven't seen one. What was the last good one you've
Colors, maybe.
All the
Minutes.
that don't
old shit.
represent the current state.
seen? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I was in the studio with a dude the other day and I was asking him a question, big studio over on Sunset. I was like, man, why there no movies? He said, man, they probably just never pursued it. That don't mean that people don't want to see it.
Right.
They just never pursued it, never just went there for whatever reason. And I was like, I'm gonna be that person to do it, man.
Right. And Nyerere, we were talking about the state of affairs in LA neighborhoods where there's no structure. The youngsters are doing it their own way. There's no respect to the elders. Cartoon and I, shout out to Cartoon 53, we talked about that. Do you think it's a lack of older homeboys like Horsehead's character, or a lack of those guys in the neighborhoods that are structuring the youngsters? Is that part of the problem, bro?
It could be. It's not. It's because it's not enough. I mean, I personally be out there with my little homies, and you know, we have a good rapport. So that does happen in some areas, and some it don't. And sometimes it happens, and sometimes it don't. So you're right, it does happen. But to answer the question, I believe that it's there because, yeah, it's just a misconnect somewhere, man. I don't know. But as far as when I'm around my homies and my little, people, we get along. We always have a good time, man. But overall, as far as looking at it as a whole, I can't really call it, man. I don't really know the disconnect, man. I don't know, man.
Well, you're a father. You're also a grandfather. I mean, what is your advice to your own children, man, about staying away from the streets and going the right path, man? It's easy to go down the left path.
Well, man, I advise my kids, any kids, man, not to be a part of gangs. Look how it is now. The structure is all tore up. It's like it ain't really going no direction. It's like people die, you go to prison. I mean, what's the foundation of it? It ain't really no retirement. It's a nonprofit organization, man. That's why this story is so relevant to me, because the Gangsta Jake story is about a hardcore gangbanger who declared a national peace treaty among the Bloods and Crips, all Bloods and Crips. But his particular message was, you ain't just gonna do this without, death behind it. He was like, we finna kill out the people that don't want to be down with the peace. That's what the whole thing was with Gangsta Jake. He finna kill out the people that don't want to stop banging, because guess what? Hey, they dropped a bomb on Hiroshima, killed over 100,000, and guess what? The United States is getting along with Vietnam right down the day.
Japan, Vietnam,
Japan.
but Vietnam too, man. We're getting along with people we used to be at war with.
We used to be at war with. Why we can't honor ourselves? And that's what the book is about. You read it, man, that they honor the dead. We go to jail to get along. I mean, I know a bunch of Bloods, man. I done cooked for Bloods in jail. Shout out to my homeboy, Zap.
Yeah, same person.
Compton Five over there.
Same person you fighting out here is going to bake
This person.
your friend inside that's about to protect
And we've
anyone.
talked about this a million times. And it just, let me ask you this, Nyerere. Do you think we'll ever have peace in these cold and wicked LA streets?
I think so. If they follow the story, they will. Because it's gonna take something dramatic. It's gonna take something real hardcore, man, to stop this thing, man. And I don't know if it's gonna be in our generation, but maybe. I don't know, man. It's another maybe, man. It's ambiguous. I don't know. It's more than one meaning, because for some people it stopped for some people, but then for other people it just keep going. But as a whole, I pray to God that it happens in our generation.
I think it might take really like jobs.
It's gonna take some capital, man.
They need something.
They need some bread, man.
They need and they
They need some dough, homie.
guys right now they want money,
They want money, man.
something to do, so they can make some money. Where, the crime it ain't
Yeah.
no reason for no.
I hear what you're saying, Pook. And there's a lot of jobs out there, but it doesn't provide a livable wage in this city.
They really don't,
This
man.
is so people don't realize. I was talking to a dude from Japan, and he goes, "Man, it's more expensive here in LA than Tokyo, bro. Gas is at $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
Every step you take's $100 out here,
Man,
man.
you ain't never lie. Come outside, you're gonna spend $100, man, the first 2 hours. Seem like
So people that say, "Hey, there's plenty of jobs," that's a bullshit excuse. Well, there are, but they're like minimum wage jobs.
I think with this day and time, you gotta create your own lane, man. I believe that it's gonna change if people's mindsets start changing more. We need more people's mindsets to change, man, because this thing is mental, man. A lot of people don't realize that, man. I believe that it's mental, man. Like back in the day, we should praise, man, being insane in the membrane, man. I done done it myself. We insane in the membrane. You know what I'm saying? That didn't come from Cypress Hill. We was already doing that.
But the real message here, and what I got from all of you is, don't gangbang in the first place. Kids.
Exactly. Why do
Stay-
it anyway?
Yeah, go get a job, go stay in school, join the military.
Right. Because the verses has kind of reversed, man. I mean, the gangsters is really conversing to be squares, and the squares is really trying to be gangsters, man. Kind of in a sense. Although that's no disrespect to the gangsters and homies out there, because, you know, it is gangsters out there. I got some folks that they still like to turn up. But in reality, come on, man.
Put it into business.
What is we doing this for, man? Why are we gang banging on each other? What the hell is we want to send each other to the penitentiary? Why the hell we want to kill each other?
There's no, it's the blame game. Play the blame game. The reason why I'm here is because of them, her, and them. And me, myself, I could never gang bang because I lived in too many different hoods. So there is a way out, and I've been around all of the hoods.
Right.
Like, I've been in Bloods, Crips, Spanish, Latino, Asian, corporate. I've
Right.
been everywhere.
So you don't have to bang if you don't want to bang.
Yeah. And for
Right.
me, real quick, to me, the best being a gangster is like there's a difference. It's like your own path of being a gangster. So when they told me, "Hey, you want?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm cool. I don't feel like doing that." To me, that was gangster. Like I said, I didn't feel like today. I don't want to drink right now. I drink when I want to drink. If I want to smoke, I'll smoke when I feel like I want to smoke. And to me, I felt like that was my gangster. No matter what they would say, they eventually respected how I move. Yeah, you understand? What
You've
I'm
always
saying?
been a lone wolf, Action Jackson.
Right. I mean, and don't get it twisted. There is a difference between banging and being a gangster. You know what I'm saying? There is a difference. I mean, because most of us as gangsters, we got it in us. You know, we done all this crime throughout life. It's just something that's just embedded in us. We like to be slick, get away from shit and do yada, yada, whatever. As far as out here killing each other, you know, busting up each other, scheming and trying to get over, you know, to kill our race off and all that, I ain't with none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with, you know.
Actually being the truth.
Yeah.
That's some business to it.
Like, come on, man. Let's get some money. Let's get some dough, man. Let's figure out how we can live and learn and grow and, you know, raise our grandkids and get to the next generation, man, because you never know what might be happening. The next generation you might be living forever. We never know what they coming up with, man.
Crips and blood.
I mean, we never know. With all this stem cells and all this research and shit, man, I want to live, man.
Cyborg.
Yeah, no, you're living your best life now.
I'm just living my best
look,
life.
man, you're
As a
an
real one, man.
accomplished author. You're raising a family, brother.
Yeah.
That part.
I mean, come on. Hey, Nyerere, how can our audience tap in with you, bro?
Oh, you can tap in through Instagram, my IG, which is NYERERE, the number 3RD, Nyerere 3rd. That's my IG. You can check me out on YouTube, which is the Big Homie Podcast, with my first name, Nyerere, NYERERE, with the 0386, which represent all the Avalons.
Kato, shoot out your socials, bro.
Hit me up at Katofornia, Instagram, KTOEFORNIA_official. Everything is Katofornia on all social media platforms.
That's right. And check out Baby Pook on Businessman TV, your YouTube channel.
My YouTube is Big Man TV, and all the other social medias is Baby Pook 1.
Baby Pook 1.
BABYPOOC with a number 1
Yeah.
on all social medias, and then you can, you know,
And if you've ever seen any Tebow's videos, you directed those and produced.
He do all the videos for the set.
Yep.
Everything.
And then Action Jackson shoot your stuff out.
Mine's is Action LA Jackson. That's with a K. AKTION LA Jackson on all platforms.
Yeah. And when you see Exhibit, you tell him he owes you some money, man.
He owe you some dough, huh?
Yeah, I get that sometimes. yeah. But real quick, what I was saying, this book incites what they don't give you the game. They tell you the beginning of all the stuff that you can have, but they don't give you the middle. So like in this story, you can see the beginning, the middle, and the ending. And that's what sometimes society doesn't give our youth or whatnot, the whole big picture. So they out there running around and don't know, like you said, raise of comments. Would you like a bullet in your head? You don't know that, oh, this job does come with,
That's part of the contract sometimes.
it comes with the
Part of the contract.
And you don't get hazard pay.
there's no employee of the month.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming, man.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Tiny Bo. Shout out to my homeboy Cartoon, man. We got to give it up. And X-Con, man. We see y'all at the top.
And A-Lo, love
and
you guys.
A-Lo, my boy A-Lo. Hey.
All right.
Good looking, man.